Okay, have you all tried the Stayman quiz? I think I sent by WhatsApp. Have you all tried? You didn't try. Okay, now let's go through. Okay, the first one, right? This is your West. So now your partner beat two clubs. What is two clubs? Okay, two clubs is a conventional Stayman. It promised at least 8 points and a 4-card major. So the reply is very simple. So for if you have this hand, what do you reply for A? Two card is asking whether you got 4-card major. So your reply will be correct. It's two spades. So straightforward, right? B, what will you reply? You got 4 hearts and 4 spades. So what should you do? 2 hearts, correct. And C, you have only 3 hearts and 3 spades. What do you do? 2 diamonds, correct. And then D, yeah. So the response is very simple. It's just 2 diamonds. Don't have 4-card major here. 2 hearts, I have 4-card major. I may have 4-card spades, but I'm telling you I got 4-card hearts. Or 2 spades, I'm telling you I have 4-card spades. I definitely don't have 4-card hearts. Because if I got 4-card hearts, I will beat 2 hearts instead. Okay, so there are only 3 responses to this. So this is quite straightforward. So it's 2 hearts, 2 diamonds, 2 spades. Okay, so that's Stayman. How to respond? Okay, this one is a bit more tough. Okay, so now when partner beat 2 no trump, what is partner showing? It's the same hand. They ask you whether you got 4-card spades or 4-card major. You say I have 4 spades, and then what is 2 no trump? Yeah, so he must have hearts, right? And because he beat 2 no trump, this is invitational. Because if he has a game hand, how many points must you have to have game? 25, right? So if you open 1 no trump 15, if you have the minimum 15, he must have at least 10 points for them to have a game. So if you have 10 points, he will straight away jump to 3 no trump. So if you beat 2 no trump, he's showing 8 to 9. Just remember, when your partner invite you through Stayman or just 1 no 2 no, it shows the same thing. It shows 8 to 9 points. With 10 points, you have to go to game. So for A, how many points do you have? Look at A. 15, right? So 15 is minimum. So what should you do? Your partner invite, so you have minimum, what should you do? Yes, you should pass. You only go to game if you have 17. Okay, so answer is pass. Okay, let's look at B. Okay, B, same thing. You beat 2 hearts. Your partner beat 2 no trump. What does that show? He must have spade. He cannot may have spade. He must have spade because he asked if he beat 2 clubs, you beat 2 hearts. If you have hearts, you beat 3 hearts or 4 hearts. So if he beat 2 no trump, he must have 4 card spades. And then he's also inviting. So you 8 to 9 points. So here your answer is either you pass or you can beat 3 spades. Okay, I prefer 3 spades because you know there's a fit. Yeah, so 3 spades is better, but you can also pass if you think that this is quite balanced. Okay, let's look at C. Okay, so same thing. So what is 2 no trump? Okay, sorry, B is 15 points also lah. So that's why you pass the invitation. So you can either pass the invitation or you can beat 3 spades to show you have 4 card spades for a minimum hand. Okay, let's look at C. How many points do you have in C? 17. So you have a strong hand. So when partner invite, you have to go to 3 no trump. Okay, so the answer is 3 no trump. He asks you whether got 4 card major, you say no. So once you don't have 4 card major, that's the end of the story. You don't talk about 4 card major anymore. Because you really don't have 4 card major. He has a 4 card major, but you don't have, so there's no fit. So the only thing you're thinking of is either pass or 3 no trump. Here you have 17 points, you beat 3 no trump. Let's look at D. How many points do you have for D? I think it's 17 points. So for 17 points, again, your partner invite you with 3 spades. Alright? So you should bid 4 spades because he invite you. He showing you have 4 card spades and maybe about 8 to 9 points, and you can bid 4 spades. Okay, before we continue, any question for question 1 and 2? It's very straightforward. Question 1 is just asking you whether you got 4 card major. Your answer is either 2 diamond, no 4 card major, 2 heart, I have 4 card hearts, I may have 4 card spades, or 2 spades, I have 4 card spades but no 4 card hearts. Then subsequent response, it depends on what the partner does. If partner invite with 2 no trump, with minimum hand you pass, or you correct to the major that you have. With a maximum hand, you'll be to game, either 3 no or 4 card major, or the 4 major. Okay, let's go on to question 3. So you are west and your partner open 1 no trump, you use stay man, so this is rebid. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's start. Yeah. 2 no trump is invitational, 8 to 9 points. You only have 15 points. Yeah, 2 no trump is invitational. 1 no, 2 no is 2 no is 8 to 9 invitational. 1 no, 3 no, 3 no trump is 10 plus points. Okay. Okay, let's go to 3A. So now partner open 1 no trump. Maybe look at here. What would you bid with this hand? How many points do you have? 8 points, right? So with 8 points, you can use stay man because you got 4 card spades and 4 card hearts. So you bid 2 clubs and see what partner responds. Partner responds with 2 diamond. So he doesn't have 4 card hearts or 4 card spades. So what's the next bid? No, you can't bid 2 spades. You have a, first of all, ask yourself whether you have a game or you have an invitational hand. This is what hand? You only have 8 points. 8 points for responder is an invitational hand. So you invite with 2 no trump. So if partner has 17 points, partner will go 3 no trump. If partner got 15 points, partner will pass. Oh, 16 points. 16 points, he has looked at his hand. If he thinks that he can make 3 no trump, he can beat 3 no, or else he also pass. Yes. Yeah. Correct. Yeah, but I don't know whether you got 2 spades or 3 spades. So the way to do it is you bid 2 no trump to show that you have invitational points, you see. So if partner, okay, so if let's say you want to bid 2 spades, you have to agree what is 2 spades. So 2 spades showing 5 spades or 6 spades. Okay, so you say 2 spades will show 5 spades. Then why not 1 no 2 spades? Why do you go to 2 clubs? Right. So if let's say you choose 1 no, 2 clubs, he said he don't have 4 card major, you bid 2 spades. So what you want partner to do now? You want partner to pass or you want partner to go to 3? Yeah, then what? If you have fit, then what you do? Yeah, no, he has a fit, then what you want him to do? Uh-huh. Okay, yeah, so it's possible you can play it this way, but the thing is, if you do it this way, the problem is that you have to agree what is the 2 spade after this. So most people, they don't really talk so much, so they actually go through 1 no, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump to show the possible bidding. If you want to say after partner denies 4 card spades, the next bid of a major shows 5, you don't play that. Okay, so actually if you do that, what they do is there's this convention called Smolin, okay, where you actually bid the other major. Okay, so I'm not going to cover this. If you can Google, it's called Smolin. So what it does is 1 no, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, and you have 5 spades and 4 hearts. You actually bid 3 hearts next. Yeah, so partner, if he has a spade suit, partner can bid 4 or you can bid 3 no trump. This is to make sure that the strong hand gets to play rather than a weak hand. The problem with doing this way is 1 no, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds. If you bid 2 spades, you still got 5 card spades. The problem is that the weak hand will be playing the hand and most of the partner's points will be shown. So this hand, right, is better you can just invite with 2 no trump. And also, this is a more common bid compared to 5-card spades. Most of the time, you only have 4. You don't even have 5. So if you have 5-card spade, you can decide that you can use 2 spades to be subsequent bidding. But for statement, we make it very simple. Either you have a 4-card major or don't have 4-card major. We don't talk about situation where you got 5-card and 4. Yeah, so for simplicity's sake, we just keep it so simple because so many things to remember already. Yeah, so we keep it as that. Yeah. Later on, you can also learn transfer, which actually is a better convention, so that the strong hand will get to declare the spade suit. Okay, let's look at yeah. It's very simple. Once your partner open 1 no trump, he's a strong hand. Remember, once the partner open 1 no trump, he is showing has 15 or 17 points. His partner will be the one knowing what contract to go to because he already described his hand in a very accurate manner. Okay, let's look at 3B. Okay, so after the partner open 1 no trump, what do you do? How many points do you have? Look at 3B. 11 points. So you know there's a game, right? So the game is either 3 no trump or 4 spades. So what's the next step? What will you do? No, you don't beat 3 spades, you beat stayman. That's why you learn stayman. So you beat 2 clubs. See, it get confusing again. So you say you beat 3 spades. Does 3 spades promise 5 spades, 6 spades, 2, 4 spades, or how many spades? Okay, so you have to keep a convention very clear. If you have a hand like this, and you know that your asking your partner got 4 card spades, you just beat 2 clubs. So after beating 2 clubs, your partner said got 2 hearts. So once your partner said 2 hearts, you know that there is no spade. There may still be spades, okay? But it's up to partner to tell me. So I'll beat 3 no trump. Okay? Yes, because I have enough points for game. If partner has 4 hearts and 4 spades, partner can correct to 4 spades. Yeah, or partner can pass. Okay? Because only your partner know whether he got 4 hearts and 4 spades. You only know he has 4 hearts. He may or may not have 4 spades. So you just beat 3 no trump. If your partner got 4 spades, your partner can beat 4 spades. If your partner only got less than 4 spades, the partner can pass. Yes. Or 4 spades. Correct. Because only he know where he got 4 spades. You won't know unless you cheat lah. Yeah, since you're not cheating, you don't know whether you got 4 spades. You have to beat 3 no trump. Okay. If it's 1 no, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 4 spades, then you know somebody is cheating already lah. Sorry? Yes. Yeah, that's one of the disadvantage. But this hand is not too bad because East has, look at East has actually 11 points. So one person has 15 points, one person has 11 points is not so bad. It's when one person has 15 points, the other person got 8 or 9 points, then the weak hand is quite apparent. Yeah, so here is okay because 4 spade may be a better contract than 3 no trump. Okay, the key message is you beat your hand, let your partner decide whether he has 4 spades or not. If you got 4 spades, you beat 4 spades. If you don't have 4 spades, you pass 3 no. Okay, let's look at the next one. So again, your partner beat 1 no trump. Okay, so how many points do you have here? 11. So there's game, right? So same thing, you'll beat 2 clubs. Okay, and now partner beat 2 spades. What do you do? Correct. So you're asking whether he got 4 card major. He told me he got 4 card spades. So very happily, you'll just beat 4 spades. If you have less points, your correct bid is 3 spades to invite. If you have enough for game, you beat 4 spades. Okay, let's look at D. Okay, so 1 no trump. How many points do we have here? Yeah, you have 13 points. So again, it's game, right? Okay, 13, yes, 13 is game. So 30 points. So first thing is you use 2 clubs to ask whether partner got 4 card hearts or 4 card spade. You're interested in hearts, but partner just tell you 2 diamonds. So what is the next bid? Yeah, just beat 3 no trump. So this bidding is very simple. Your statement is ask partner whether he got 4 card hearts or 4 card spade. If he doesn't have the 4 card heart or 4 card spade that you're interested in, then you just forget about it and you just beat 2 no trump to invite or 3 no trump for game. Okay, so your original learning of 1 no, 3 no is still there, you see. There are some hands where it's not suitable to use stayman. they will actually go from 1-0 to 3-0. If your hand is very balanced, there's no double turn. If you have a very balanced type of hand, some people may not even use statement and just beat 3-0 trump. Okay. Oh, no more already. Yay. Okay, finish. So I'll send you the answers. Any question for statement? Okay, this is something new. This is the only, I think, only artificial convention that we teach here. Most of the time, the bidding is natural. This is the only one where two clubs that has nothing to do with clubs. It just shows whether you have 4 card hearts or 4 card spades. Okay. Still recording. Okay, now we go to the lesson proper. Today we will learn about double and overcall. Okay, this is a very interesting lesson. Because so far you realize that you have not been bidding, right? So far, after opponent bid, I have asked you not to interfere. But in real life, bidding, as you know, an auction is full of competition. So now you learn the fun part about bridge, which is about the competing. Okay. So first, you start with overcall. Before you start, can anyone tell me what is an overcall? Sorry? Okay, an overcall occurs when your opponent bid, okay, and you are not the opponent's partner. So you bid something to interfere with the bidding. For example, if opponent open 1 club, most of the time I ask you to pass, okay, but if you have points, you can actually bid something to interfere with the bidding. Okay, so when somebody open and you bid, it's called overcall. So there are a few reasons for overcalling. Can someone think of any reasons? Why do you want to overcall? Okay, that's one. Okay, so there are 3 reasons. One is to make it difficult for opposition to bid. Okay, for example, if let's say opener bid 1 club, okay, and then you bid 1 spade, you overcall 1 spade. They may have a hard fate, but to bid a hard fate, they have to bid at a 2 level, so it make it very difficult for them. Another reason why you overcall is what you mentioned, is you also want to play. Okay, sometimes it's also good that you interfere, you overcall, and then you have a chance to compete, because this is bridge. And the third reason is to suggest a lead for the partner. So even if you may think you will not win the auction, by overcalling, usually your time partner lead the suit. Because otherwise leading is very blind. So once you beat a suit, it means that you have some strength in that suit. If partner is the one leading, he will lead the suit. But there are some rules to overcall a suit. Okay, the first rule is it must be a good 5-card suit. If you watch experts play, right, this rule is being violated at most of the time because they're expert, but you're not expert. So you should follow this rule. Okay, why do you think you should have this rule? Why should you think it must be a good 5-card suit? Yes, and the most important thing is you're afraid that if you compete and let's say you win the auction, and then your partner end up with a void, you will not go down too many if you've got 5-card suit. If you overcall with 10, 9, 8, 7, and then your partner come out with 4, 3, 2, very sad, right? This is a trump suit. The opponent's trump suit is much higher than your trump suit. So that's why you must have a good 5-card suit, and you should have at least 2 honor in the suit. Okay. If it's at a 2 level, you should have close to an opening hand. For the same reason, because you want to actually have some chance to make a contract. Okay, let's look at the first hand. East is 1 club. What would you bid if you are South? Remember, so far we asked South to pass once opponent bid. We're being very gentleman. But in real life, it's not so simple. Yeah, so what will South bid? Yes, very good. See, it's very straightforward. Here, if East has not bid, you will still bid 1 heart, right? So it shouldn't interfere with bidding. So you should bid 1 heart. Very good. Okay, this is the opening hand. You can bid 1 heart, and you have 3 honor actually. 2 honor, at least 2 honor in the suit. So everyone agree should bid 1 heart. No, only at the 2 level. At the 1 level, you can open with at least little as 8 or 9 points. It really depends on your agreement. Usually I open quite light. I overcall quite light. I can overcall with 7 points. But I think about it, if you have two honors in the suit, right? So let's say you have two honor, let's say you got ace and king, you must have at least 7 points, right? Yeah. So if you have ace and king and nothing else, you need to overcall at least 7 points at the one level. At the two level, you need to have an opening hand. Okay, next one. What would you do for south? Everyone agree, right? Anyone beat two clubs? No, right? Because two clubs, right, you only have 4. You will always beat a higher suit. So here, the answer is also 1 spade. How many points you have? You only have 11. So here, although you have 11 points, but since you are non-vulnerable and it's only at one level, it's okay to open 1 spade. But if let's say it's pass, 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 with this hand, you may not open 1 spade because you don't really have opening hand. You only have 12 points. 11 points, sorry. Yeah. 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 Correct. So you can be 1 spade, you see. So the recommendation is to overcall 1 spade. Not to pass. Because it might make it harder for the opponent. Okay, so the answer is 1 spade. I don't think South has opening hand. You only have 6, 8, 11. So South don't have opening hand. Yeah, but the thing is, you're only at a 1 level, and if you play 1 heart may make. Yeah, so if 1 heart makes, it's worse because 1 heart making is I think 100 and I think it's 90 points. Was 110? 170, 140, 110. I think 1 heart is 110. Yeah, so if 1 heart make is 110, then you actually if you go down 1, it's still okay, only 50 points. Okay. Yeah, so you don't have opening hand, you have close to opening hand because you only got 11 points. Okay. Okay, next hand, 1D. Okay, this is an interesting hand because a lot of people will argue and fight. And what would you do with the south hand? First thing, how many points do you have? You have 12 points, no? Yeah, let's count again. Don't forget, ace is 4 points. So 2 ace is 8, 10, 11, 12. So 12 points. Okay, good. So look at any more? Okay, what else? Okay, the reason why in this hand you pass is because remember your club suit is very bad. If partner got 6, 7, 8, got fit right, 6, 7, 8 over queen 5, 4, 3, 2. You may go down, you know? Yeah, because this is a very poor suit. Yeah, or worse still, they end up in let's say 3-0 trump, and then your partner lead a club suit. And let's say his spades is king, queen, jack, 10, 9. Okay, his spade suit is so much better than yours, and then he led a low club to your queen. Yeah, so the reason why you pass here is because your club suit is very poor. Remember, you need to have 2 of the honors in the suit. Here you have queen 5, 4, 3, 2. It's a very poor suit. So I think the better answer is pass. But a lot of people will beat 2 clubs because they have 12 points. So always remember, you need 2 reasons to bid. One, you need to have the points, especially at 2 level. And second reason, you must have a suit. Yeah, so you have the points but no suit, don't bid. Okay, you have the suit but no point, also don't bid. Yes. Yeah, 1 only, so don't, that's why I said the answer is pass. Don't beat 2 clubs. Okay, your suit is very poor. Do not be tempted to overcall. That is okay, ace and queen is okay. But always remember, just because you got a 5-card suit doesn't mean you need to overcall 2 clubs. Because I have played when I overcall at the 2 level with 5 cards, my partner only end up with 1 or 2 or void. And then we go down many. Yeah, so it's safer to have to bid with 6 or a better suit. If yours is just queen, jack, 5, 4, 3, 2, it's also a very poor suit, although it's 2 honor. Okay, so everything is all judgment. Okay, so just because your 5 card suit doesn't mean just because you can overcall doesn't mean you must overcall. You have to think whether is it better to pass. It's not just high card point, it's also where the points are. If the points, let's say here, okay, here this hand is not so good because your honors is in ace jack. If your honor is not in ace, is not in diamonds, if your honor is in club suit, is a better suit. Because in defense, right, you can get 1 trick or even 2 tricks with ace jack. That's the defense. But if you play, you have wasted points lah. And then again, this jack of hearts is also quite a dubious value. So you must have a reason to bid or overcall. Okay, let's do the next one. How many points do you have? Okay, 13 points, right? So you have an opening hand because for you to overcall, you must overcall at the 2 level because remember, spades is the highest suit. Yeah. So what is your option? What is your choice? Yeah, some will say 2 hearts. So the answer is, it depends on whether you are a bidder or you are a defender. If you are a bidder, you'll be 2 hearts. If you are a defender, you pass. This hand, I think most of the time, most people will actually bid 2 hearts. If you're vulnerable, which means that if you go down 1, you lose 100 points. You go down 2, you lose 200 points. You may want to pass. But this is really, bridge is really about judgment now. That's why when you play in a duplicate, when you have the same hands played by many people, some people will pass, some people bid 2 hearts. And because of their decision, some will do well, some will not do so well. So that's where the variance comes, the variation. Okay. Okay, to beat 1-0 triumph, what must you have? It's the same as opening 1-0 triumph. 1-0 triumph must have 15 to 17 points. But to overcall 1-0 triumph here, you should have 15 to 18 points, slightly stronger. And you must have a spade stop. Here you have 6, 8, 9, 13 points. You are a few points shy of 1-0 triumph overcall. So either you pass or you beat 2 hearts. Okay. But the manager here said it could be risky. Because it could be risky, so some people may pass. It depends whether you're a risk taker. Okay, so now response to overcall of a suit. So remember, when your partner overcall, he may not have a full opening hand. So your responses should be more conservative. Okay, so you should only bid with a fit. Okay, he promised 5, you have 3 cards you should bid. If you can, you should support partner. Partner has shown 5 of the suit. Okay, you need at least 6 points or even more if you want to support partner. And then with 12 points, you can jump in a partner suit. That is invitational. So with 12 points, you jump in partner suit. So if partner has a real opening hand, he'll go to game. If you just overcall with 10 points or 11 points, he'll pass. Okay, so the bidding exercise is actually quite simple because you know your partner has minimum about 8 or 9 points. If you only have 12 points, what you do is you'll jump to invite. If he has a real opening hand, 12 points or more, he'll go to game. Otherwise, he'll pass. Okay, let's look at some example, make it easier. Okay, so your partner has bid 2 diamonds. How many points does 2 diamond means? Yeah, close opening hand, right? So now you have 8 points. What should you do? Yeah, good. So answer is 3 diamond. So 3 diamond is to tell partner I have support and have some points. I don't have 0 point. Okay. So your partner, if your partner have a very strong hand, he can consider bidding 3 no trump. Or he can pass, or he can invite to 4 or 5 diamonds. So it depends on what sort of hand he has. Yes, he must have 5 diamonds. Always remember, overcall must have 5. If it's at a 2 level, it must have opening hand. Okay. So also the reason why you bid 3 diamonds is to make it difficult for them to find a spade fit or for them to bid on. So you are raising it. So now you have learned this thing called preemptive raise lah. So the reason why big 3 diamonds is because you know he has 5, you have 5, so altogether you have 10 diamonds. So you want to make it difficult for them to find their fit. So you bid 3 diamonds, both to invite as well as to make it very difficult for them to find a fit. Okay, let's look at this hand. What would you do? How many points do you have? 8 points. So what should you do? Okay, some people will say 2 spades, but the problem with being 2 spades is that you are, okay, yeah, you are bidding a new suit, and a new suit is forcing. Most people play a new suit is forcing. So you only have 8 points, you don't really want to force. This hand, your partner bid 2 diamonds, he should not have too many points lah. So I think his upper limit is probably about 17 points. So if you have about 16 maximum plus your 8, so you barely have a game. Yeah, so it's very difficult for you to actually find a game in spades. And the worst thing is, if you bid 3 diamonds, then you are stuck. Not to do. So the worst scenario is 1 heart, 2 diamond pass. Then you bid 2 spades. Then he doesn't have spade or 1 or 2 spades. You bid three diamonds. And you don't have 2 diamonds, then you bid 3 spades. Then the opponent will laugh. Ha ha ha. Yeah, because it make it easy for them to set a contract. Yeah. Yes. He has 5 lah. At least 5, maybe 6. Yeah. So here, when you don't have a fit, right, the key thing is try to keep the bidding down. If you have a stronger hand, then you can actually bid spades. Here you should have at least, I will say at least 10 points or more before you can consider bidding 2 spades. With such a weak hand, you should just pass. Okay? Yeah, sorry. Uh-huh. Okay, if you try to win the spades, the problem is if let's say this person has singleton or void, if you play on the spade, you'll rough your spades. That's the reason why you draw trumps. The reason why you draw trumps is to prevent your spade winners from being rough. So depending on what hand he has, you may want to draw trumps and then use a spade as a source of tricks. So it really depends on what he has. So it's very difficult to say how you declare. But in general, if you have a good suit like a spade suit, unless let's say you have a singleton spade, okay, and you have a lot of losers, so you may want to play a low spade to the king, ace of spade, discard a loser, then before you draw trumps. Yeah, because if let's say you draw trumps, let's say you're missing the ace of diamond, if you draw trumps, they could actually as cash ace king queen club, ace king queen hearts, and you still lose 6 tricks. So sometimes you may need to not to draw trumps because you can't draw all your trumps. You need to quickly throw in your losers. So it really depends on what sort of hand does North have. So it's very difficult to say what is the best play. Okay, let's look at this hand. So 1 diamond and then you overcall 1 spade. Okay, South, what would you do? How many points do you have? Yeah, so what would you do? Yeah, I think 2 spade is fair. This 2 spade, okay, is to support partner suit. Okay, you have heart suit, but you already have a spade fit. Once you have spade fit, you should focus on spade fit. Don't need to talk about hearts, and you're too weak to bid 2 hearts. You bid 2 hearts, you must have at least 10 points. Yeah, because that's like the 2 level. So here, if you have only 8 points, you bid 2 spades. If you have 12 points, you will bid 3 spades to invite. If partner has a real opening hand, partner can bid 4 spades. Otherwise, partner will pass 3 spades. Okay, so now we talk about, we mentioned this just now, when do you overcall and no trump? I say 15 to 18, but here they suggest 16. I think 16 is safer lah. So you need 16 to 18 points to overcall 1 no trump, because opponent has points already. And you must have a stop or cover in opponent's suit. So let's say 1 diamond, what would you do? How many points do you have? 17 points. So what would you do? Yes, answer is 1 no trump. You can't beat 2 cards because your card only got 4. Okay, you cannot beat 1 card because you only got 3 and so on. So your best bid is to beat 1 no trump. Okay, 18 not 17. 8, 9, 10, 18 points. This is 18 points. Yeah, so 1 no trump is quite a bit. Okay, next hand, what would you do? How many points do you have? Yeah, so what would you do? Yeah, 1 no trump, very simple. This is all about 1 no trump. So 16 points. And you have a spade stop. Remember, you have king jack. So they are unlikely to win all the spades because you have a stop. You have an honor in the suit. So they are unlikely to win. Okay, so what I mean by a stop? A stop is either ace, okay, king double turn. King double turn is a stop. Queen, small, small, okay, or jack, small, 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 or even 10, small, 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 small. So you have 4 card to the queen, sorry, 4 card to the jack, 5 card to the 10. This is considered a stop. Okay. But obviously the best stop is the ace lah. Ace is definitely a stop. King double turn is a stop only if West lead the suit and West doesn't have the ace. Yeah. So here is if each overcall over one spade, most likely has the ace lah. So therefore your king is likely to be a stop. But if the ace is here, your king may not be a stop. You must have at least king and a small card. You only have a singleton king. That's not a stop because if your opponent cash the ace, your king will drop. Then there's no more already. But if you have king and another card, if opponent cash the ace, you'll play a small card. The next one, the king will take a trick. So that's mean by a stop. Same as queen. If let's say you have queen double turn, if the opponent cash the king, you play small. Opponent cash the ace, your queen drop. Again, you have no more stop. That's why for minimum stop is queen small small or queen 3 card. So with queen 3 card, if the opponent cash ace king, the third round, your queen is a winner. Same thing as a jack. Yeah, if opponent cash ace king queen, okay, if you have jack 4 card, if they cash ace king queen, the 4th round, your jack is a stop. Okay, and finally, if opponent cash ace king queen jack and you have 5 card to the 10, the 5th round, the 10 is a stop. Okay, let's look at next hand. What do you do? How many points do you have? 16, right? So what must you do? Okay, if who beat 1 0 from, you are very gutsy because you don't have a spade stop. You don't have a spade stop. First thing they lead is spade, and he has ace, king, queen, small, small, 5 card. And then he cash the ace, you play the 3. He cash the king, you play a 7. He cash the queen, you play the 8. He cash the next card, you don't know what to throw. Then you throw on the winner. Yeah, this is very bad. Don't overcall 1 0 trial with no stop. You must have a stop. Okay? We call it a hole. Okay, next round. So many examples. Huh? Yeah, answer is pass. Yeah, wasted, but nothing else can do. Okay, maybe later and also I don't think you can double also lah. Okay, if you want you can double lah. But this one we'll learn later. Okay, next one, what do you do? Yeah, 16 points. Do you have a stop? Don't have, right? So answer is pass. Okay. Yeah. So answer is pass. And actually this week lesson because I combine both lessons together. Yeah. So next lesson or the next part of lesson you can double. Okay, but here you should pass. You cannot overcall 1 no trump because you don't have a cup stop. Okay, so response to overcall 1 no trump is the same thing. Okay, you have to adjust for a point count. So with 0 to 7 points, I think you pass. Okay, I'll just delete this. Good. So for that, if you remember your response to 1 trump is 15 to 17. So now this is 16 to 18, so it's 1 point more. So to invite, instead of 8 to 9, now you invite with 7 to 8. Okay, and now you big game with 9 points. So that's the difference, because normally the no trump is 15 to 17, but overcall of opponent suit, the 1 trump is 16 to 18. So everything is adjusted 1 point lower. Okay, here you look at this hand. I think this can skip all this because we didn't teach all this, so can skip. Okay, then not so much. Too many examples. I think I skip the examples. Now lesson go too long. Okay, this one can show this one. Okay, this one he shows 15 to 17, 16 to 18, right? How many points you have? You only have 4 points. So what should you do? Pass. Very simple, right? Okay, good. This one, how many points do you have? Yeah, 11 points. Whether your partner open 1 no trump or not, okay, you should bid. Okay, here your option is either bid 3 no trump, or you can also do one thing. What else can you do? Can you remember? Yeah, stay man. You can do that. So you can also bid 2 stay man. Here they don't really use stay man because it's a very balanced hand, but if you want, you can use stay man. Okay, possible to use stay man. Okay, balance hand. Okay, so or stay man. You need 7 points for stay man. Why you need 7 points for stay man here? Anyone remember? Why do you need 7 points? Because normally 1 trump is 15 to 17. Here the 1 trump is 16 to 18. Because the 1 trump is 16 to 18, you can invite with 7 points. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, next hand, what do you do? How many points do you have? Yeah, 8 points. I think it's the same. If it's 8 points, whether it's overcall 1 trump or partner open 1 trump, it's always invite with 2 no trump, or you can beat stay man. So or stay man, because you have a 4 card space. Okay. Now I remember why. The original lesson doesn't include stay man, so everything no stay man. Okay. Good. Okay. Next time, what we should do? Okay. Yeah, how many points you have? Always count your points. So you have 12 points. So what should you do? Yeah, I think everyone agree 1 heart. Yeah, 1 heart is okay. Okay, so you need better hands, 16 to 18. Must have a cover in the suit. I thought I went through all this already. Okay, so 1 trump. I think I'll delete a lot of examples. Too many examples. Okay, next question. What happens when your hand doesn't meet the criteria? If let's say you don't have a 5 card suit, okay, you cannot overcall, because overcall must have 5 card suit, right? Let's say you do not have a stop in opponent suit, so you cannot overcall 1 no trump, even you have the points. What do you do? Yeah, you pass. But if you pass, then very sad, right? Now you learn that you can actually double. Okay, now we learn about this thing called takeout double. Okay, what is the takeout double? Okay, so a takeout double is when you want to compete, but you do not have a suit. So your time partner, when you double here, that you have shortness in clubs, you have support for diamonds, heart, and spades. The ideal hand for a double is you have 4 diamonds, 4 hearts, and 4 spades. It's just like finding a husband or finding a wife. Okay, pretty one, very fierce. Okay, ugly one, all right, but very gentle. So you have to choose what you want. You cannot have a perfect hand. So same as bridge. When you double, you are showing partner that you have at least some tolerance in the other 3 suits. If partner beat 1 spade, so be it. Although you don't have a fit, but at least you compete. But at least you have a 2 in 3 chance that your partner will beat 1 heart or 1 diamond. Okay, that's what Takeout Double does. Okay, when you have 13 points, no 5 card suit, you cannot beat a suit because you cannot overcall. You're not strong enough to beat 1 trump because either you don't have a points or you do not have a stock. So a Takeout Double will show at least 3 cards each from unbeat suit. And usually it will show shortage in opponent's suit. Okay. And an opening hand. Okay, this is very important. You should show an opening hand. Some people are using Takeout Double with a much weaker hand, but the recommendation is always do a Takeout Double with at least 12 points. And asking partner to choose the best contract. Okay. And when you have 4 of the opponents, so try not to double that. Because your hand shape is not correct. Okay, so when you overcall, always remember, if possible, overcall major, but you must have 5 cards. Okay. Second choice, overcall 1 no trump. You must have at least 16 to 18 points and a stop. Or you can use a Takeout Double. And finally, overcall minor. So this is the sequence. Okay, let's look at some example. So 1 club, you have 12 points. Okay, and you have 3 cards in the unbeat suit. Clubs is a beat suit, so you have 3 cards in diamonds, hearts, and spades. So what should you do? You have to double because you do not have 5 card suit. So you look at the hand, you don't have 5 card suit, don't think of overcalling. Okay, you cannot overcall with a 4 card suit. So overcall is out. Next thing is, do you have 16 to 18 points? No, you only got 12 points, right? So you cannot overcall 1 no trump. Even if you got 16 points, you still cannot overcall 1 no trump because you do not have a club stop. So overcall 1 no trump is out. So the only thing you can do is double. Okay, so very simple. Next one, 1 diamond. How many points do you have? 17 points, right? So what can you do? What should you do? Okay, remember, to overcall 1 no trump, you need to satisfy 2 criteria. One, you must have 16 or 18 points, which you have, but you also must have a diamond stop. Here, you do not have a diamond stop, so the correct bid is to double. Okay, because you have 3 cards in the other unbeat suit, spades, hearts, and clubs. Next hand, what should you do? How many points do you have? 15 points. Okay, this is the so-called the perfect hand, the perfect husband, the perfect wife, where no matter what your partner bid, whether it's 1 spade, 1 heart, or 1 diamond, you have 4 cards for your partner. This is a very rare type of hand. Okay, so you should double, and you're very happy whether whatever partner bid, because you definitely have support for your partner, whatever suit he bid. Okay, next one. This one a lot of people get mistake. You got how many points? Yeah, so what must you do? Statement. Statement is only response to 1 no trump. So there's no statement here, unfortunately. But that's a very good thought. Yeah, maybe that should have a bid to ask partner for 4 card major. Yeah, that's one possibility. Okay, so how many want to overcall 1 heart or 1 spade? Anybody? You want? Okay, why? Remember, overcall must be 5 card. So answer all. So cannot overcall. Okay. Okay, same thing. 2 diamond worse lah. Your suit is very poor, and we got 4 diamonds. Yeah, and 2 diamonds is very likely to be an artificial suit because that's the opponent's suit. You can, but usually it has a hidden meaning lah. Yeah, answer is pass. See, very simple, no problem. You see, now you see, imagine you double, right? The partner got 6 clubs or 5 clubs, very happy. He beat 2 clubs, then you cry already. Yeah, because you do not have clubs, so you cannot double because they have clubs. Yeah, otherwise partner will beat 2 clubs and then you die. Let's say partner got 3 spades, 3 hearts, and 4 or 5 clubs, and you beat 2 clubs, and you go play in a 4-1 or 5-1 fit. And that's no fun. Yeah. Okay, next hand. How many points do you have? 14 points, right? So you have an opening hand at least. So what should you do? Okay. Yes. Now you realize. Always remember a pass is a bit. Okay. Here you cannot double because you only got 2 hearts. Okay. You cannot beat 1 no trump because you need to have 16 to 18 points with a club stop. You only have 14. So the correct bid is to pass. Okay, now very important. Response to a takeout double. When partner double, okay, this is one of the few times it's a forcing bid. No, if your partner bid, then it's not an overcall or response. If you bid, your partner bid and something overcall, you are responding to your partner. Okay, it's not overcall, it's not takeout double. Okay, this is a bit different thing. Here we're talking about the taking action after opponent has opened the bidding. Yeah. Okay, back to this. So if your opponent pass, you must bid. A takeout double is a forcing bid. Even if you have no point, 0 point also must bid. Very important. Okay, because at one level, if your partner double, most likely you'll make a contract, so you must bid. Okay, he has promised that they can handle in a suit, so you have to bid. But if opponent interfere or responded like 1 club, double, 1 diamond, now you're no longer obliged to bid. But if the opponent pass, you have to bid. Okay, first choice of yours is to choose a major if possible. Second choice, bid no trump. And finally, bid minor. Okay, bid is very simple. When partner, okay, that's why it's very important. If your takeout double has 12 points at least, you know that with 13 points, there is game, you should bid game. Okay? But if your takeout double has 10 points, 11 points, or much lower, then you're not able to do this. So it's very important to decide whether a takeout double must promise 12 points. Easier you play that, you promise 12 points. Then with 13 points, you bid game. With 10 to 12 points, you invite. And then if your minimum hand, you'll bid old suit. Okay? Or 1 no trump. Okay, this is a bit different. So 0 to 9, bid 1 level. 10 to 12, jump. And then the 3 level is game. Okay, so if your opponent bid before you are forced to bid, you can now pass. Okay, if you can pass but you choose to bid, this is called a constructive bid. So you must have at least 8 points. Otherwise, you pass with less than 8. Okay, let's look at this hand. So here, 1 club double. East did not bid. So south must bid, right? Otherwise, the contract will be 1 club double. So what would you bid for south? Yeah, actually, I think I will bid 1 spade. I'm not sure why the answer is bid your lowest 4 card major. Yeah, I don't think it's correct. I think you should bid 1 spade. I'm not sure why they want to bid 1 spade. You should bid. Okay, but I don't know why. Because if even if partner got 4 card spades, If you beat one heart, you can beat one spade, yes. Yeah, I think here easiest is just beat the stronger suit. Okay, if partner had a hard suit, so be it. Anyway, heart is not very good. Here you got 6, 8 points, 8 points only. Yeah. So I think beat your best 4-card major. I disagree if you should be your best 4-card major here. Because take out double, always remember opponent has opened a bidding. Your partner is showing about opening hand. So let's say it's 12, 12, 24. Here you got 8 points, right? So most of the points are already out already. So remember when you have a game is 25 points, right? So 25 points, this person has already have 12 points. So don't have much points already. So North may not necessarily have enough for a game. So I think I'll just beat one spade rather than that. I don't see advantage of beating one heart lower major. Just beat your best major. Yeah, if your partner has good heart, always remember he promised 3-card spades, right? So you just beat one spade. If you really got a very strong hand, you can beat 2 hearts. And then you can still explore 3 heart, 4 hearts. Otherwise, the contract ends at one spade. Yeah, you beat your stronger suit because a takeout double, you're obliged to beat only once, which is one spade. I'm not sure why you should beat one heart when you have 4-card spades. Yeah, so I will beat my best 4-card major. Okay, so I disagree here. Yeah, correct. Actually, it's 12 here, 12 here. You have 8. Yeah, so you don't know who has the remaining of the points. Yeah, there can still be a game possible, but your partner must be very strong because your one spade shows 0 to 8 points. If you have a very strong hand, then he will beat. Yeah, I still think you should be your best major rather than the lower major. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, that's for response to partner's bid. Here, your partner is doing a takeout double. It's very different. So here, your partner is asking you to bid. So you may not have a chance because there's interference already. Last time, you can happily one club, one diamond, one heart, one spade, one note. You can do this way. But once the opponent interfere with the bidding or open the bidding, you don't have the luxury of bidding up the line already. So here, I would think the easiest, this one spade bid is the best because it shows partner your best suit is spades. Yeah, and your heart is so poor. I don't know why you want to beat one heart. Imagine your partner got 4-card hearts and you beat one heart, then he's gonna invite you to 2 heart or 3 heart. I want to cry already with this poor heart. Your heart is too poor. Yeah, if your heart is if ace queen 8-3 and maybe king small, then okay beat the up the line maybe. But in this case, your heart is very poor. I cannot bear to beat one heart with this, I may even treat this as a 3-card suit, This is not really a suit that you want to after partner double show to beat one heart. Yeah. So I think one spade is probably better. Okay, let's look at the next one. Here, one spade double. What would you bid? Yeah, 7 points. You cannot pass wrong already. Pass the partner will cry already because one spade double they make, and then your partner this is a takeout double. This is not penalty double. Okay, remember a takeout double is asking you to bid. Yeah, you can possibly can bid 2 clubs. Okay, but a better bidding is actually 1 trump because it shows that you have stopped in the opponent's suit as well as about 6 to 9 points. And if partner has a strong enough hand, partner can invite. Yeah, 2 cards is also possible, but 2 clubs, the problem is that you're at the 2 level and you miss the chance to tell partner you have a spade stop. Yeah, so answer is either 1 no trump or 2 clubs. I prefer 1 no trump. Yeah, it shows about 6 to 9 points, and if partner really have a strong hand, he can beat 3 no, or he can invite 2 no. Yeah, so, yeah. Yes. 0 points, let's say this point is 0 point, then you have to beat 2 cards, it can't be 1 trump. 1 trump must have at least 6 points. Yeah, so it's very strange. Why is it that at the 2 level, you can beat with 0 point, but at 1 trump, because 1 trump must have at least 6 points. Yes, if it's 0 point, you will say 2 clubs, because you cannot beat 1 trump. 1 trump at least 6 points. Okay, so here, if you have 0 point, then you just beat whatever. The worst scenario is 1 spade double, and every your suit is 3 cards. Is it possible? No. Let's say you got 4 spades and 3 cards in every suit. Then you just choose your best suit and hope for the best. Yeah, because at least you must have a stop in the spade suit, and you must have some point because it's a constructive bid. Otherwise, you will bid a suit. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't show here. Okay. Yeah, because it's a takeout double. Yeah, for later on you learn about strong bidding. Yeah, over 2 clubs. That's true also. Okay, here it's actually here lah. 1 0 try 6 to 9 points. So when you have 0 to 9 points, you'll bid your own suit with at least 4 cards. Or if it's 1 0 try, you must 6 to 9 points. So it's here. Okay. Don't be 1 0 try with 0 point because you must have at least some points because 1 0 try means you have a stop. The minimum is 3 points Yeah, but with 3 points it's not a good stop also 1 0 try is constructive. 1 0 try is thinking of playing in no trump. Otherwise, it just be a suit. Always remember when there's a competitive bidding, right? Most likely there's no game. Because most likely there's no game, you're just trying to find the best contract. You're not necessarily inviting for game. Okay. I think it's 4 space better. Okay. Here is 1 0 trump because it's 6 to 9. Okay. Next one. Okay. This is very important. So now how many points do you have? Okay. So now a lot of people one club double, one heart. What will you do? Yes, correct answer is pass. But if let's say East didn't bid, what will you do? Yes, answer is 2 diamonds. Don't blindly bid 2 clubs. Say my club is my best suit. Then partner going to slap you. Opponent open 1 club already. You still bid 2 clubs. Okay. So when open 1 club, okay. So you choose the best suit of the remaining suit, not including opponent suit. So if East didn't bid, the correct bidding is 2 diamonds. So you can bid 2 diamonds 0 point. Because if you bid 1 no trump, you must have at least 6 to 9. So answer is pass. Okay. If you bid, it shows at 8 points because this is called constructive bidding. Okay, next one. Huh? Yeah, 3 points, but what will you bid? I can count 3 points, but the key is what is bid. Okay, the whole purpose of this bidding lesson is to teach how to bid. So at the end of the day, you must know how to bid because this is the hand you're going to have and what you're going to do. Yes, answer is 1 heart. Okay, very happy. So easy, right? So bid on 1 heart. Don't pass. Don't say I got 3 points, I pass. No. Here, a takeout double is forcing. You have to bid. Okay. This one, what do you bid? You can't be 1 heart because 1 spade is, yeah, correct answer is 2 hearts. Yeah. Again, you must bid because East has passed. If East did not pass and you bid, you're showing at least 8 points. At least you feel a bit stronger when you're playing at 2 level. Just remember, if East did not bid, you must bid. Because it's a takeout double. Otherwise, you'll pay 1 spade spare double and they'll be very happy. Yeah. Yeah. It depends on how many points he have. If he has no points, he will pass. If he have points, he can choose to pass and see whether you know how to bid, or he can choose to support his partner's suit. So remember, when partner bid 1 spade, when opponent bid 1 spade, your partner double. If East got spade support, what should East do? East should support, right? If East pass, right, East must be showing that he doesn't have spade support. And it's letting you all find out your fit. Okay, remember? So that's why is you has to bid if he has support. So the reason the is passed, there must be reason. Maybe he doesn't have points, maybe he doesn't have support, or for whatever reason. Okay, I think that's the last hand. What should you do? Correct. Now that is has bid, when you bid, you must have points. You got only 3 points, don't bid. Okay, you do not have to bid. Okay, that's the end of double and this. I created a cheat sheet. Okay, I think some of you wanted. Yeah, this is the cheat sheet is modified from the other one, but some of these were not taught for no field bridge. So I removed some of the things, so I will send to you. Okay, and then add. Sorry. Sorry. No. The one has a lot of other things like Gerber, Blackwood, take out already This one, whatever I teach is inside. Whatever I never teach not inside. Yeah, so this one should be more useful. If you want, you can also create, like statement is here. For those who have statement, they talk about transfer. Transfer is not taught, so take out. Then I will modify according to this. I will send it to you. Okay. So most of the time you have done everything here. So it's 3:40. You can take a short break. Then you can have some game. And then if any problem, I'll go to the table and we can discuss. Huh? No. It's from this website, but it has a lot of convention that was not taught. So I don't think it's right to include that. So I will modify it. Whatever I didn't teach will not be inside. Yeah. No. This is exactly what I thought. Yeah. No, the one yesterday said is everything. This one is the one I converted the Word document and make changes. Yeah. Sorry. There are some conventions. That one is much longer. Yeah.